dégoûting they can keep on fucking us over and over. Goodbye, my love. So, how was it?
Very nice, very nice.
You think I might stand a chance?
Someone will get in touch with you and let you know.
She wasn't too bad, huh?
Doesn't matter, she's too tall for the part. Next!
So just to give you an idea, this demo was produced in about 3 months by a group of 7 people. It's 4 minutes long. So tomorrow, we are going to be capable with the technologies, with the game technologies, of not only creating better games with better stories and obviously better dialogues, but also we may be capable of creating some interesting movies or series in real-time 3D. Don't forget, this kitchen, this character, is created once and for all. What we have to do is just use motion capture techniques, facial animation techniques, and then we can have our character perform like a real virtual actor. Now, I could talk for hours about this and how we are starting today to create something that we have called interactive drama. Some call it interactive cinema. It's basically a new format that blends interactivity with cinema. As Georg said before, we believe in games we're quite weak in characterization, in storytelling. So at Quantic Dream, we've, in the past years, tried to learn from the movie people how to tell better stories, how to create believable characters. We're starting to work with movie people, art directors, costume designers, etc., DOPs. All those things that we're missing, basically, and that help us create better games. Now, we believe that this new format creates a new paradigm. Before, when you were talking about games and films going together, well, usually games were only a licensing side product, or films sometimes have become games licensing side products. 2 separate productions with vaguely more than the title in common. And most of the time at the end you had delusion of creative teams and frustration of the public. Again, if you're taking a game that has a scenario that is as thin as this paper with basically no characterization, and you ask a director, please do a movie with that, well, most of the time you have a very, very bad result. And of course, you know, it's a frustration for the public, even the gamers, you know. The gamers know about good movies. They see fantastic series in the TV today, so they expect also something of a much better quality. So even the gamers, our core public, is frustrated by those experiences. I think that in the future, we shall be capable of creating 2 complementary experiences. For instance, the movie could tell the core story and the game would enrich the experience and offer a variety of scenarios, a variety of outcomes, or even tell a different story, but with the same characters in the same environments. We can create true production partnerships, sharing the script. You know, we are in demand in the games business of good script writers. We can share the cast. We can share the artistic and technical talents on both sides. There's a number of technologies that we're using in the games industry that when I show to film people, they say, well, I want this, I want this. So I think there's a real win-win situation for all parties involved in the production, but also for the public, because at the end, the aim of the movie people and the aim of the games people is the same. We want to create as much an emotional involvement from the public as possible, create great entertainment and fantastic experiences. Thank you.
Thank you very much, both of you. Before we start the question and answer, I just wanted to share some little vision I suddenly had. I suddenly imagined I would be sitting in this very place in the year like 1915 or 1920, and there were people from the newborn film industry talking to people from the theater. And they would have said, you see, we have these little movies where people run a lot and jump a lot, and we need stronger characterization, we need better, longer stories, we have to develop the storyline. But on the other hand, we can work together. I mean, we hire your actors, we hire your costume people. It's a very similar situation on the first side. There is a new form of art being born that looks a little, I mean, that is very popular, that gains popularity, and looks for guidance from the older art forms. But as we all know, then film didn't become theater. It became something totally different. And so my first question, and then we go to Q&A, is you mentioned the interactive drama. But what you showed us was like the movie could show the core story, the game could go around. So you have the theater play that would have the real people, and then you have the movie of the theater play. What else, so to speak, is really new? I mean, the film was totally different because it could handle time and space in a different way than the theater. What about games? Is it just the interactivity, or?
Well, it's mostly about interactivity, video games. I think that but saying interactivity, you mean there's a lot of things. You know, if you look 10 years back, if I would have told you, now you'll be able to be the actor of a movie and be in control of the story, you would have said, well, this is fantastic. Well, I think this is what we're creating today, and I think this is already a kind of revolution in its whole, you know, in the real sense of it. Now, there are a number of other things, especially that Georg talked about, you know, cooperation. The next stage is how to create this kind of experience, but having multiple players, you know, interacting with each other within the same story. Today, it looks almost impossible. I think that, I don't know, half of the video game industry is asking itself this question right now, probably. But you will see that in the future, we will find a solution to this equation too.
There's some kind of synergy developing. I mean, you are part of the company that produced the movies, which is a game which at the end of that game can be a very good movie.
Yes. I mean, we've learned quite a lot when we did the movies out of the movies industry, because we games people, we don't know that much about the movies industry. We just know what we think we know. And, you know, most of us think we're good storytellers, or most of us think we know how this movie business works, but we obviously don't. And when we did this game where people could create their own little movies, in the beginning, we didn't intend them to be little movies. We just said, let the people make little trailers, just little things. And then it became, during the development, more and more testers, because we get people in who test like for a week, called work experience. They said, I really want to do more movie stuff as well. Give me more options to cut things, to add my sound effects and everything. And suddenly we had to create this huge loads of assets. And also we had to learn a bit about movie making as well. Because we had, in the movies, you can, if you create like a little movie, you choose a scene, you choose your actors, and then there are different setups in the scene you can choose. So and then you film those setups and you can edit them together. And people were, at the beginning when we released the game, we said, why did you not give us free camera control? We want to place the camera, we don't want to do all that. Well, actually we had that, we kind of like experimented with that, having free camera control, but we realized this because we don't know, it's very difficult for people who have not been exposed to making movies, how this is, that we said we have to guide the player in a way, and this is what we did.
You obviously did a very good job, because, I mean, it took me like 20, 30 years to learn how the movie industry works, and like after playing for a month or so, I heard my youngest son, who was 8 at that time, yelling, this damn actor is just too expensive, I'm not going to hire him anymore. He suddenly was a producer, and he knew exactly what a producer had to say. So you can learn a lot about the movie industry in that game. Let's open the panel for questions from the audience. Over there.
Yeah, this